Late last night, Donald Trump did something that shocked even his closest advisors. He terminated all trade negotiations with Canada, not paused them, not delayed them, completely shut them down. And the reason he gave? A television commercial. That's right. The entire trade relationship between the United States and Canada, worth hundreds of billions of dollars, was just blown up over a TV ad that quotes Ronald Reagan. But here's what makes this story absolutely insane. The ad that Trump is calling fake and fraudulent isn't fake at all. It's Reagan's actual words, taken directly from his 1987 radio address, warning America about the dangers of tariffs and trade wars. Trump posted on social media claiming Canada fraudulently used Reagan's voice in a $75,000 ad campaign. First problem, it's actually a $75 million campaign. He was off by a factor of 1,000. Second problem, there's nothing fraudulent about it. The Ronald Reagan Presidential Library posted the full speech on YouTube with unrestricted use permissions. Anyone can use it. Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario, didn't break any rules. He just used Reagan's own words to educate American voters about Trump tariffs and why trade wars destroy economies. But Trump is furious. He's calling the ad fake. He's saying Canada interfered with U.S. court decisions, and now he's cutting off all trade talks with America's closest ally and largest trading partner. The Trump-Canada trade war just escalated to a level nobody predicted, and it's not really about the ad. It's about control, sovereignty, and Trump's obsession with making Canada the 51st state. Let's break down what Reagan actually said in that 1987 speech, because this is the heart of the Trump-Canada trade war. Reagan talked about the Smoot-Hawley tariff, the tariff law that deepened the Great Depression and caused global economic collapse. He said tariffs might work for a short time, but they always lead to retaliation, trade wars, higher prices, and massive job losses. Reagan's exact words were, "High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars." Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse. Businesses and industries shut down and millions of people lose their jobs. That's not out of context. That's not edited dishonestly. That's Reagan explaining exactly what Trump is doing right now in this Trump-Canada trade war. And it gets better. In another speech from 1988, Reagan said our peaceful trading partners are not our enemies, they are our allies. We should beware of the demagogues who are ready to declare a trade war against our friends while cynically waving the American flag. Reagan was literally warning America about leaders like Trump. So why is Trump freaking out over this ad in the Trump-Canada trade war? Because it's working. The ad has been running across every major U.S. network during prime time, hitting Republican districts hard. It aired during the American League Championship game. Millions of Americans, especially Republican voters, are hearing Reagan's voice telling them that Trump tariffs will destroy their economy. And Trump can't stand it because Reagan is a Republican icon. You can't argue with Reagan if you're trying to win over conservative voters. But here's where the Trump-Canada trade war gets even more dangerous. Trump isn't just mad about the ad. He's been looking for any excuse to attack Canada for months. First, it was Canada recognizing a free Palestine. Then it was disputes over steel and aluminum. Now it's a TV commercial. The pattern is obvious. Trump wants to break Canada economically and politically. He's openly talked about making Canada the 51st state. He's pushed tariffs that have devastated Canadian industries. And now he's using a Reagan ad as justification to end trade talks entirely. Canada isn't backing down in this Trump-Canada trade war. Prime Minister Mark Carney gave a major speech this week, saying the era of close economic ties with the United States is over. Canada is pivoting. They're buying military equipment from Europe instead of America. They're implementing Buy Canadian policies for steel, aluminum, and lumber. They're building defense partnerships that don't rely on Washington. Carney said we can't rely on one foreign partner anymore, and he's right. The Trump-Canada trade war has forced Canada to become economically independent. Doug Ford defended the Reagan ad campaign, saying he wanted to speak truth to American voters using the words of the best president the country ever had. Meanwhile, the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation, which is now run by Trump loyalists, issued a statement claiming the ad misrepresents Reagan's views. But anyone who watches the full speech can see that's nonsense. Reagan hated tariffs. It was one of his core beliefs. The foundation is trying to rewrite Reagan's legacy to protect Trump. The irony is that Trump's own trade deal, the USMCA, is essentially a free trade agreement with Canada and Mexico. It's NAFTA with a new name. The whole point of USMCA is to eliminate tariffs and promote free trade. Trump signed it in 2018. Now he's destroying the very framework he created because Canada dared to use Reagan's words against him. This Trump-Canada trade war isn't about economics. It's about ego. Trump can't handle being criticized, even by a dead president from his own party. And now one of America's most important alliances is collapsing over a TV commercial. If this story opened your eyes, smash that subscribe button. This situation is escalating fast. Drop a comment. Is Trump right to end trade talks with Canada? Or is this the most absurd overreaction in political history? Let's talk about it.